Hello, and welcome to Friday afternoon on Bad Dog Comedy TV and Stories with B. Now, please welcome your host, B. Bertrand.
Hi, friends. I hope you're having a nice day today. Welcome to another one of Stories with B. This is I keep saying new, but we've been doing it for a little bit, this weekly show where I read you stories. And this whole thing kind of started around when the quarantine kind of hit. And I think a lot of people were feeling anxious and kind of sad and didn't really know what to do. So I've always had all of the books that I had growing up. I've always kind of taken them with me when I've moved. And so I have a whole bunch of books, and I thought, why not just read stories? And it's turned into this lovely thing. And I'm really excited you're hanging out with me. And I'm really excited to have this really wholesome, sweet show. And I'm really excited about my special friend this week. She's somebody who I just adore and think is so lovely and kind as a person and such a talented creative. She's a comic and a storyteller and an actor. And everyone, please welcome Khadijah Roberts Abdullah. Hi, friend.
Hi.
How's it going?
I'm great.
Hi, buddy.
How are you?
Good. I'm really happy you decided to do this show.
Thank you so much for asking me.
It's really good to see you. How have you been?
I've been really good. I've been, as with most others, I've been spending a lot of time at home. So these last few weeks and months, really, I've been also spending a lot of time reading and writing and hanging out with my plants.
That's awesome.
It's been good, all things considered.
That's good. I want to start this off the way that I started off each week. So I say that I hope that everyone's having a nice day today, and I appreciate that you're here, and I hope you are safe and warm and cozy, and that you have all your special things, and that you have your special drink. Do you have a special drink?
I do have a special drink. One of my favorite drinks is lemon water. I drink it warm first thing in the morning, and then I drink it cold throughout the day. And I often like to drink it in this very silly mug that was given to me by my good friend, Shauna Edward. This is two
it's so cute. I should have stepped my drink game up because I'm trying to wean myself off of them, but I am drinking a Monster, which I know is super gross, but your drink is really good for you and also adorable.
To each their own, right?
Can you hear me okay? I'm wondering if I should take off these headphones or not, because I feel like I'm a little crackly.
There is a bit of a crackling going on, but I'm just pretending it's a fire going on in the back. We've got a fireplace back there.
Copy that. So I'm going to take this off.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's better. So did you read stories or bedtime stories when you were young?
Yeah. I grew up, I'm part of a very large family, and I was really lucky to have older siblings when I was growing up. I mean, I still have older siblings, but as a little one, it was really nice to have older siblings to look up to, because whenever my parents were busy, my sister especially was always someone that I clung to, and she often read me stories at bedtime and throughout the day. And I guess I would say one of my favorite stories, the one that I remember best, would be the story of Mimi and Simi, which were two best friends. One was a rich girl and one was a poor girl, and they often were envious of one another because Simi, the poorer one, also came from a large family, so that was something that I was able to relate to. But her family was quite poor, so she often was quite envious of her friend Mimi, who had much more monetary and material things in her life, but was an only child. So they would go to one another's houses and be in awe of how different their lives were from one another. Simi would go visit Mimi and see her lavish life, and Mimi would go visit Simi and see her much more humble life, but would see the siblings and see how rich Simi was with family and in immaterial objects and existences in her life. So that was a story that really put a focus on how easy it is to perceive others as having more or better than you, when really, as they say, the grass is always greener on the other side, right?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so interesting. I'm gonna message you about that after. I'd love to see if I can find that book. That sounds like that'd be a really great one to have and to read.
Yeah, yeah. The great thing, the great thing is that we read the book in English, but we were living in Suriname at the time, which was a Dutch colony in South America. So I remember, I have a memory of reading the book in Dutch, but my sister insists that it was in English.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you remember how it ended? Were they friends still? Were they?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, if I remember correctly, their friendship overcame their differences, which I believe is a quality that I would love to have in all of my friendships.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah,
lovely. What
yeah,
kind of books did you like to read when you were young? Did you have like a genre that you were into more than others?
yeah. When I was really young and started to read on my own, I was really into adventure books, and I guess I would say the my interests were pretty wide. I remember reading. I had a subscription to Highlights magazines, so
I
I
did
would get.
too.
Did you really?
I did.
Yeah. So I
That's
would
a
get
wild
those
throwback.
magazines. So I mentioned that to someone recently, and they were like, "Wow, what a weird little thing."
Yeah, it
So I
was
would get
super weird.
those. I would get those in the mail. My parents would get me those magazines, and there were lots of short stories in them, as well as fun little activities in the books. So around 5, 6 years old, that's what I was really into. And then when my reading level graduated a bit, I really enjoyed R.L. Stein's books, the
Yeah.
Goosebumps series. Oh man, I can't think of a single like second, third, fourth grader that wasn't into those books.
Yeah.
Yeah, those, I would say, the R.L. Stein ones. And then as I got older, V.C. Andrews, and as a teenager, I read the Gossip Girl series as a teenager.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So by the time the show came out, I was really excited about it because I had read all the books beforehand.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And now I'm really into speculative fiction. The books that I read these days are reading a lot of fantasy books that are set within the fantasy Afro fantasy world. There's a book by the Children of Blood and Bone series is one that I cannot say enough good things about. What else is there? Friends are trying to get me into the Stephen King universe as well.
I was into Stephen King for a while.
Are you a fan?
Yeah, I've read so many of his books over the years. I haven't read any in a little bit, but they're a lot. Like, they're really interesting, but they're really weird and dark. I feel like he writes so many. You can maybe read one or two, and then you got to take a break because he's a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't even make it through the first one that I attempted, but I'm determined to make it back. And then I would say one thing, I think a reason that I'm so in awe of this show is because I spend almost every night listening to a short story podcast. That's what puts me to bed every night. So I listen to LeVar Burton Reads.
His voice is so lovely.
It's so it's funny because I would watch old episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation, and anytime his voice would come on, anytime Geordi was on the screen, my ears would perk up because I was so used to listening to the LeVar Burton podcast. But that podcast is another one, if we're talking about books and stories, it's so rich with a variety as far as stories go. They range in length and genre, and it's such a beautiful way to end my day.
That's so lovely. You provided so many great examples. I'm gonna, if you don't mind, after this, I'm gonna message you and maybe I can post them because I definitely want to check out that podcast.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It'd be my pleasure to share.
Thanks, buddy. What was your win for the week? Did you have a win this week?
Yeah, actually, I am preparing to shoot my second short film, and my co-writer slash co-producer and I sent out a bunch of offers to actors, and we had all but one respond to say yes, that they're on board. So we're still waiting to hear back from one, but it looks like, despite the fact that we're still waiting on one person, it's a win for me because we invited some folks that we really admire as artists to come join us as in making this film, and to know that they are excited about the film and eager to work with us is a huge win for me as a filmmaker.
That's huge. Congratulations. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Well, I'm so proud of you. I really appreciate you hanging out with me, and I'm so proud of you, and you're doing your best, and your best is more than good enough. And I love you, and I appreciate you, and thank you so much for hanging out with me. How can people follow you on social media?
You can follow me at DJ Polly Deej. It's the same on Instagram and Twitter. You can. I'm often sharing photos of my nieces and nephews and all of the delicious things that I'm eating and updates about projects that I'm working on.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you. Thank you again so much, Khadija, for hanging out with me.
It's my absolute pleasure, B. Thank you so much. Have a great show.
Thanks, buddy. Thank you. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great night.
Bye. You too.
Bye, bud. That was lovely. Thank you again, Khadija. That was so great. And you are such a treat. And I have a book today that I am going to read you guys that I'm really excited about. At the beginning of quarantine, there's a bookstore called A Different Book List, and it's a Black-owned bookstore. And I ordered about 5 books from them, and I wouldn't call this a problem because I'm really happy for them, and it's a great problem to have. But they got so many people ordering things from them that it's taken a while for the stock to come in. So they're kind of shipping me books when they get them, and I got one yesterday, and I'm really excited to read it because it just seems already like a feel-good book, an important book. And anyways, friends, buckle up and get ready for Say Something. And I have to keep reminding myself where to sit so you can see everything. But I love everything about this book. When I read what it was about, I was super stoked for it. And even opening up now, like, just says things like onward. I love saying that. And just the sentiments. Anyways, let's read the book. Okay, Say Something. Can you see okay? There we go. The world needs your voice. Mine? Yes, yours. Go ahead. It doesn't need to be perfect as long as it's from your heart. I already love this. You don't have to be loud. Powerful words can be a whisper. You can say something in so many ways, with words, with action, with creativity. I love that too. If you see someone lonely, say something by just being there for them. If you see an empty canvas, say something with your brush. If you see an empty lot, say something by planting a seed and watching it bloom. If you see someone being hurt, say something by being brave. Hey, stop. If you see something beautiful, say something with a poem. And then he's writing, painted meadows splashed with rainbows. If you have a brilliant idea, say something with confidence. I like that too. If you want to show the world who you are, say something with style. She looks very cute. If you are angry, say something to help people understand. You made me feel invisible. That really hurt. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to get better with that. If you see an injustice, say something peacefully. No more hurting people. Peace. Inspire others to do the same. Sometimes you'll say something and no one will be listening, but keep saying what's in your heart and you will find someone who listens. Keep saying it and you may be surprised to find the whole world listening. If you are grateful for being alive, quietly say something to the stars, to the universe. Some people find it easier to say something than others, but everyone has something to say. Then they're all saying, I hope, I believe, I wish, together we can, join us, I'm ready to change the world, I imagine. So when you're ready, say something. Your voice can inspire, heal, and transform. Your voice can change the world. Are you ready to say something? I really like this book. It's by Peter H. Reynolds. If you want to pick up a copy, and the bookstore that I got it at is called A Different Book List, and it's in Toronto. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, friends. Tonight, this is a very exciting weekend for Bad Dog. It starts tonight at 8 o'clock. It's the 5th annual Our Cities on Our Stages, and it's all online. And if you follow Bad Dog Theater on Facebook, and if you follow me at B. Bertrand on Facebook or B. Bertrand Comedy on Instagram, I've been posting about it too. I'm going to be part of a roundtable discussion that starts tomorrow at 7:30 to 9, and everything starts tonight, though. It's a whole weekend of really lovely and important conversations with people who are so charming and funny and interesting, and everything is just so significant, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. So it starts tonight at 8 p.m. You can follow Bad Dog Theater and get all the information you need. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I really appreciate you, and I hope that you had a nice day and a nice week. And whatever type of day or week you had, you're doing your best, and your best is good enough. And I'm proud of you, and I love you. And if you can, there's a link below. If you can donate anything at all, there's so many people that go behind putting these shows on and just putting out really important content and just really focus on diversity and inclusion and everything. Thank you, Sean, who's the tech on this. Thank you so much, Bad Dog, for this opportunity. Thank you, Coco. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you. I appreciate you, and I'm proud of you. And check out this whole weekend with Our Cities on Our Stages. Goodbye, friends.